So, hello guys. Today's question is 2270 numbers of ways to split an array. So, we are given a zero indexed array, nums of length n, and the array contains a valid split at each index if the following are true, which means that there's a split at each index, but for the split to be true, there are some constraints, which is the sum of the first I plus 1 elements is greater than or equal to the sum of the n minus I minus 1 elements, which is basically if we split an array into two, the left side should be greater or equal to than the right side. And there's another constraint, there is at least one element to the right of I. So I'll explain you guys what that is. So we're given an array, for example 10, 4, minus 8 and 7. So we can split this array into at 1, 2, 3 and 4 indices, which would be at the first index would be 10, and the right side array would be 4, minus 8, 7. Likewise, if you move the index, the second array would be 10, 4. The left side array would be 10, 4, and the right side array would be minus 8, 7. So at each splits, the sum of the left array must be greater than or equal to the sum of the right array, which is, let's say, at this particular split, the sum of the left side array is 14 and the sum of the right side array is minus 1, which means that the sum of the left array is greater than or equal to the right side array, so the split is valid. And if we take a look at the second constraint, which says there is at least one element to the right of I, which means that during the last iteration, let's say the left side array would be something like this: 10, 4, minus 8, 7, and an empty array, because there's nothing to the right side of 7. So this should not be possible, so we'll have to stop the iteration at this particular place. So with this knowledge, we'll start the code. So we'll have to return the number of valid splits. So let's declare a variable valid split count, which is equal to 0, and we'll be looping through the array, which is for let I is equal to 0, I is less than nums dot length. But as I said, the last iteration would not be possible because there won't be anything to the right side of 7. So we'll be doing nums dot length minus 1 I plus plus. So before iterating, let's assume that the sum of the left split would be 0. Let's assume that there's a left side here, the sum here is 0, and let's assume that the right side, which is the entire array, the sum of the entire array would be someone 14, 21 minus 8, which is, I guess, what's that, 13? Yeah, 13, I guess, 13. So the sum of the right split would be nums dot, we are using reduce here, but you could do whatever you want to get the sum of the entire array. We set the accumulator, we read the callback, which is a plus b. Let's just console it and see if it's right. Yeah, it is right. So the sum of the entire array would be 13. So at the first index, we're going to split the array as 10, and the right side would be 4, minus 8, minus 7. So the sum of the left side would be left is equal to left plus this particular value, which is nums of I, and the sum of the right side would be, we know the entire array's sum including this, so what you'll have to do is just subtract this from the sum of the entire array, which would be right is equal to right minus this particular value at I index. So we could just rewrite it as, I mean, I would leave it as it is. So I'll console log left comma right at each index. My bad. So yeah, at the first index, the left sum of the left side array would be 10 because this is a single value, and the right side would be 4 plus 7, which is 11 minus 8 is 3. We get that. At the first index, it would be the array would be something like this. So 14 for the left side, which is right here, and minus 1 for the right side. For the third iteration, it would be something like this. The sum of the left side array would be 6, 10 plus 4, 14 minus 8, which is 6, and the right side would be 7. So we'll have to stop here because the constraint says that there should be a element at the right. So we leave it as it is. Now every time during a split, we'll check if the left side is greater than or equal to the right side, which will make it a valid split, right? So we write if statement, if left is greater than or equal to right, it is a valid split, and we are maintaining a valid split count, so we'll just increment the valid split count, my bad. So I'll just console dot log it, just and we get the correct output, desired output, I'd say. So we'll just return it, wow, and let's submit this. So here's the solution, and see you guys. Thank you.